Hello everybody and welcome back. I talk a lot about horrible experiences that I've had on Grindr and everything, and I feel like I've been on horrible gay dating apps long enough that I at least have like a few tips to give people. I don't propose to be a master at it because, if you actually wanted to do well, you'd probably let yourself do anal with people, which is something that I do not do. There's a very high learning curve when it comes to being gay and gay sex culture. And Grindr is a place where all of that is amplified. So I've compiled like a very short, like bare bones list about things that you should know before you start a Grindr account. The first thing that I always wondered was, since the Grindr app is kind of crappy looking and the user interface is not great, how come I don't use other apps? The issue is that since most people know about gay culture and Grindr is associated now with like gay people, it's like one of the first gay apps, I think, and it's one of the most popular ones. Grindr is one of the most iconic gay dating apps, and so unfortunately that means that most gay men are gonna like look to that app as being the one that they should be on for the most of the time. I've gotten the most responses and like the most conversations out of Grindr. That's not to say that they're all great, but that's how it usually happens for me, is through Grindr now. I used to think that I could like do just fine by being on Hornet and Jacked. Usually it doesn't work out if you're trying to fill like a need for like cuddling or hookups. And that leads into my next item, which is don't go on there expecting anything other than a hookup. I'm not saying that there is not a possibility that you will find someone awesome and special. It's just that unfortunately hookup culture has kind of like really sunk its teeth into Grindr, and so like even though there are options, to say that you're interested in dating or just chatting or making friends, for the most part, like most people are on there to hook up. Most people are on there to have anal sex. Most people aren't really into cuddling or even kissing for that much. Most people think like there's really no point in meeting up with a guy unless you're gonna fuck him. So unfortunately with Grindr, I would just recommend for you to keep your expectations low, so that way if anything good happens, then you'll be pleasantly surprised. The third thing I had down was it'll save you a lot of time if you prepare your own dick pics, body pics, and face pics in advance. Because Grindr is only limited to one picture and like a very short profile about you, usually the way that people will get a better idea of how you look is by asking for more pictures of yourself. Usually that will come in the form of people either asking you for more pictures of your face to get a better idea of what your face looks like. Some people want to just know how hot your body is, and so you should have like some torso pictures and maybe some other like risky pictures. I usually tell people that I don't like taking dick pictures and butt pictures, and so like I usually don't have any for them, but I do have 2 body pictures at the ready in case people want them. It'll just save you some time and it'll save you some convenience. And also give you an opportunity to put a lot of effort into like making yourself look okay. Number 4 is that, at least for me and my experience, yoga pictures help a lot. I kind of like yoga pictures because the yoga picture is a good alternative to the headless torso or the gratuitous bathroom selfie or like the headless bathroom selfie. Because yoga, it says a lot of things all at once without having to like gratuitously show your penis or your body. It says that you're trying to be healthy, that you are flexible, which has good implications about your performance in the bedroom. And it's showing you like doing an action, like part of what makes guys attractive, I think, is that like when you show part of their personality, like actually doing something that they're interested in. Maybe that's just me, because like, most people probably look at a torso picture and just like are okay with that. But for me, it's like I want like a little bit more of a connection when it comes to talking with people, even if I am going to hook up or cuddle with them. So yeah, yoga pictures, definitely try them. I recently put up a picture of myself doing yoga, and the frequency that I get messages is definitely a lot higher. Also, as a side note, I recommend switching your pictures out on a semi-regular basis, just because, once again, people just judge you by your profile, and so like if you change your profile often, then you'll get like a good mixture of different types of people. But yeah, switching your profiles and like kind of coming off as like a brand new person, like to the people that are around you, that will also be extremely useful. So the 5th one that I'm going to talk about, so the 5th one is kind of a downer tangent on it, I apologize in advance, but it's be prepared for racism and misogyny. Because you'll see a lot of profiles that say that they don't like femmes. You'll see a lot of people that say that they don't that they're partial towards like certain racial groups, which, you know, a lot of people, they interpret that as like they're just being upfront about what they want. But there's a lot of like things that go into like why you don't find a certain group attractive. Like you are making like an overall assumption about why this whole group is unattracted to you. And so it is still racist. It's just that it's in a very casual like hookup setting. So yeah, be prepared for that. It's important to learn early on that just because someone is gay does not mean that they're a good person, unfortunately. Every community has their share of trash people, and a lot of them are on Grindr, unfortunately. Just because you're gay does not mean that you cannot be oppressive or like, you know, problematic in another aspect of life. Those are just like some of the pieces of advice that I have. Feel free to ask me more questions in the comments. I'd be happy to answer them for you. Or at least to give my opinion. Once again, I'm not that experienced of a person. This is just like my personal guide for like a newbie. Cool. Thank you so much for watching, and I really, really appreciate you. Bye!